Hello kindred longevity lifestyle designers, this is Gavin here with secretsoflongevity.com. If you've ever noticed, there's an intro to my videos. I don't know if you noticed that. Of course you have. There's a mantra that is spoken or chanted, and that is actually me chanting it. There's next to no effects on that. That is actually my voice. I'm doing a deep voice chant. There's a bit of sort of like reverb on it just to make it sound like it's in a bigger room, but I didn't change the pitch of it. I'm actually speaking or chanting in that deep tone. And I'll give you an example of it later in this video, but the mantra that I'm chanting is one of 3 Tibetan mantras for long life, and each one is associated with a specific deity. And I wanted to share these 3 mantras. If you were interested in that kind of thing and wanted to incorporate it in any type of daily practice, or just having your awareness, even just learning it and having it come up in your mind is beneficial. This is definitely a little more on the esoteric side of the types of things I cover on this channel. Usually it's a lot more sort of science-based ideas on health, diet, nutrition, things like that. But I throw in these types of videos here and there as well. Would definitely go right along with any type of meditation practice, any type of yoga practice. It's good to incorporate this type of thing. And you absolutely don't have to adhere to this system in terms of the Tibetan system. There's other deities and other systems, whether it's mantras that they use or prayers or whatever it is they use to venerate that deity. If there is one that's associated with longevity, you can definitely choose that one. So that's just about researching whatever pantheon of deities that you personally feel most associated with, and work with those ones, because it's better to work with the ones that you're already familiar with than taking on a new pantheon and a new system, because there's a lot more work involved in learning about the way the system works and just the different aspects to it. So these 3 main longevity deities within Tibetan Buddhism, and I don't identify as a Buddhist, but for whatever reason, over the years I've always gravitated towards a lot of the Tibetan deities and some of the ideas and philosophies of that, and I've incorporated into my own system. Some people think that you can't do that. It works for me. So take what you will of it, use it in whatever way you feel is beneficial, and just think of it, if you want, as a way of like creating a positive affirmation. There is more layers and complexity to a mantra that goes beyond just repeating a positive affirmation. There's the fact that these things are in very ancient languages that have a much different effect on the psyche than just the English language or these other modern languages. And the sounds, the richness of the cultural history of it, all does play into the effect that it has on your mind and its ability to sort of shape it over time. Before I got into the mantras, I wanted to let you know about 2 sales that are going on just for the rest of this weekend. I know it's the end of the weekend, but it's the Memorial Day weekend in the US for you guys. I'm up here in Canada. We had our long weekend the weekend prior to this. So I'm actually guessing that might include Monday. I'm not sure which day is your extra day, whether it was Friday or if it is this Monday. Either way, this might be just the one day that the sale is going on for, or it might be all the way through till Monday. So I'll just stick up the information on the screen here. First one is the Lucidera company, which makes organic Shazandra products. They have free shipping plus 15% off till the end of the weekend. And Survival has a free shipping sale all weekend long. There's a coupon code for each of those. You've seen them on the screen here. So in the drop down menu below, just use those links to go through and make any purchase you wish to do before the weekend's over. So the 3 deities that these mantras are associated with are Buddha Amitayus, or Amitayus, which is the one that I use at the beginning of each of my videos now. White Tara, Tara's a very popular deity, and she has many manifestations in different colors. White and green are the most common. There's blue Tara and a few others, and the white one is what is associated with longevity and good health. Then we also have Usnisa Vijaya. that's another goddess deity. So I'm not going to give too many specifics on how to work with mantras. Essentially, you just want to be saying it, whether it's the standard is do 108 times per day. You can use a beads or rosary or any kind of way of keeping track and counting the number of times you do it, so that you can be focused on the mantra itself. Sometimes you can incorporate visualization and things. If you really want to get into it, there's information online about that. I wouldn't do that from the get-go. Just learn the mantra and start repeating it and get that internalized first. And over time, as you want to deepen it, if you choose to do that, then you can find the relevant information on that. Other ways of doing it is chanting in a more song-like voice. I'm not going to be doing that here. If you're naturally talented as a singer, then you'll probably feel that you want to do that anyways. And by singing it, as opposed to just repeating it sort of monotonously, it keeps your mind focused on it, first of all, so that's good. You're more focused on the mantra, but it also gives it a different quality. The other thing is that you don't need to do it in any special voice, whether you do it long or slow or high or low. You definitely don't need to do it in the Tibetan deep voice, which is something that I choose to do sometimes. I don't do it all the time. And that's something I don't recommend trying to do if you aren't able to do it or haven't figured it out, because you can damage your vocal cords if you're doing it incorrectly. I came across it one day. I personally wouldn't try to teach it either, because I don't do it enough that I have the techniques and explanation of how to do it, but it essentially sounds like this. And the Buddha Amateus mantra, just so you know, is Om Ama Rani Jivan Taye Soha. And of course, in my videos, you hear me going Om Ama Rani Jivan Taye Soha. Om Ama Rani Jivan Taye Soha. And if I were to warm up a little more, that might sound a little more confident. That was a bit rusty, but that over time is first of all, the vibration of it makes you more focused on what it is you're doing. That's one benefit of it. The other side to the deep voice was that it was actually to protect the mantras from outsiders who might be visiting the monasteries and places where the chants were happening, and so they couldn't understand them and they couldn't take them away and try to use them in different ways. The White Tower mantra, which is similar to the other Tower mantras except the ending changes, is Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Mama Ayar. And finally, the Usnisa Vijaya mantra is Om Amrita Teja Vate Svaha. If you're going to make it a really religious or focused practice, I definitely recommend having an image of the deity printed out, or you can buy a print or find one done in person somewhere that someone's selling, and have that, you know, on your altar or in front of you as you do this. You can gaze sort of in a relaxed way at that and sort of bring up the energy that's associated with that deity. So don't just discount this as some fuddy-duddy type practice. Mantras can be incredibly powerful, and it's about building it over time. You're not just going to sit down and do 1,000 one day and then wait another month before you ever do it again. If 108 is too much to do at once, start with a smaller amount and just do it consecutively for a little while and just see the effect it might have on your mental state, and also see the effect that happens when you start to say it. You might find that you instantly get into the state, and it's about cultivating these qualities and associating it with that mantra. So as soon as you start repeating it, you get into the state much quicker over time, and it becomes relaxing in and of itself. So whether you're going to try and do mantras in a set number of times every day, or if you're going to just start letting it come up in your mind, through daily tasks, that's another good way to do it. Is you're cleaning, just repeat a mantra. You're going to go for a walk downtown to do some errands, repeat a mantra. And if you want to check out a vlog I did recently here, you can find out more about how memorizing sacred text or internalizing things of a spiritual nature, it could be anything really, but a mantra would be an example of that, and how incorporating that into your memory and sort of your most easily accessible information in your mind, that it starts to shape your being. There's really not a huge scientific side to this, so those of you who watch my channel for that kind of content, you might find this video a little silly, but I'm just putting it out there because it's another aspect of things that you might find interesting. So let me know what you think in the comments below, whether or not you use mantras or had any benefits from them. And also check out those links below. With that, I'll talk to you next time. Take care and embrace life without limits.